consider time as a linear way. 3 dimensions of time हम लोग consider करते हैं, past, present and future, right? बीत चुका है, अभी है और कुछ होने वाला है, past, present and future. This could be one way of understanding. Evolution के हिसाब से अगर देखें, so people have always thought time as a linear concept. कि पहले स्टोन एज आया, फिर ब्रॉन्ज एज आया, फिर कोई और एज आया. Means they have considered that the nature had deprived human beings of the goodness. जबकि ऐसा नहीं है, है ना? हमारी पुरातन सभ्यता के हिसाब से time is always considered as a spherical way. For example, इस क्षण अगर हमारे यहाँ पे AM है ना, 11:17 AM है, तो कहीं ना कहीं PM भी होगा, राइट? किसी ना किसी का भी बर्थ हो रहा होगा, किसी ना किसी का डेथ हो रहा होगा. जो कुछ भी हमारे जीवन में चुका है वो किसी ना किसी के जीवन में अभी घट रहा होगा, और जो कुछ भी हमारे जीवन में घटने वाला है वो भी किसी ना किसी जीवन में वो इवेंट के स्तर पे देखे तो घटने वाला होगा. जैसे हमारी भी कोई एम्बिशन होगी कि हम लोग कहीं जाना चाहते हैं, हम लोग कुछ अचीव करना चाहते हैं, तो उस चीज को किसी ना किसी ने ऑलरेडी अचीव कर चुके हैं, राइट? तो टाइम इज नॉट लीनियर, राइट? इज स्फेरिकल. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? ये फोटो महाभारत रामायण में हम सबने, महाभारत में हम सबने देखा है, मैं समय हूँ, मैं समय हूँ, मैं, राइट? दिस वाज अ ब्यूटीफुल डिपिक्शन एज अ व्हील फॉर्म में, ना कि लीनियर फॉर्म में, राइट? So to keep it simplified, the dimensions of time, past, present and future, ये तो हम लोग समझते ही हैं, लेकिन इससे और गहराई में समझने के लिए we'll understand a little bit more about the dimensions of our body or our existence. ट्रूथ के भी 3 डायमेंशंस में हम लोग कंसिडर कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, स्पिरिचुअल डॉक्टर्स की टॉक अभी हो रही है, राइट? द टॉक ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल डॉक्टर्स इज हैपनिंग नाउ. दिस इज ट्रूथ फॉर टुडे, राइट? ये कल के लिए ट्रूथ नहीं रहेगा. रहेगा क्या? नहीं रहेगा. तो ट्रूथ इज ऑलवेज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम एंड स्पेस का फ्रेम, बट there is something which is beyond time and space, and that is the real truth or self, which we always hear in different terminologies or ways. The same way, there are 3 dimensions of consciousness, to keep it simplified, right? Wakeful state, the state which we all are in. अभी जिस स्थिति में हम लोग हैं ना, कि हम लोग सब जगे हुए हैं ना, hopefully we all are awake. So this is the state of wakefulness. इसमें हम लोग अवेयर भी है और फोकस भी है, राइट? यू आर अवेयर ऑफ व्हाट आई एम स्पीकिंग एंड टॉकिंग, एंड यू आर फोकस्ड आल्सो. अगर इस स्थिति में हम लोग बहुत देर तक रहने लग जाते हैं, तो बॉडी forces us, or the nature forces us to go to the second state, which is the deep state. In state of sleep, or the dimension of sleep, we are not aware of time and space, but this state gives us a deep rest, and healing or health happens in this state when we go beyond time and space. For example, अगर किसी व्यक्ति को हम दुनिया की सबसे अच्छी मेडिसिन भी दें, but if we deprive him of sleep, the health regain will not be as smooth as we want. How many of you agree with this? Yeah. अगर हम लोग नींद ही नहीं मिलेगा, so the consciousness or the health is a far-sighted reality. Then third state is dreaming state. Third dimension is dream. In state of dream, we are neither awake nor sleep, so it doesn't give us a proper rest. ये हम सब लोगों का अनुभव रहा है ना? हम में से कईयों का अनुभव रहा है इसी दिन अगर हम लोगों का नींद अच्छा नहीं होता है, पर sleep is not proper, the next day also gets disturbed. बहुत ज्यादा if the sleep was full of dreams, it doesn't give us a soothing experience. It is like many people say कि हम लोग सोए तो थे लेकिन दिमाग चल रहा था. We were totally awake. ऐसा लग रहा था कि थोड़ा सा भी आवाज होता है तो we are awake. अच्छा, इसका पता है, when even if we are sleeping, a consciousness is at awake. For example, अगर हम सब लोग एक किसी रूम में सोए हुए हैं and someone gives noise to संकेत, है ना, संकेत बोल के आवाज देता है, so only संकेत will wake up, rest all will be asleep, right? At one level of our consciousness is totally aware of what is happening even in sleep, right? And beyond these three states which we are talking about, the fourth state is the Turiya Avastha, or the state of meditation, in which we are rested and aware. And we get glimpse of this state when this transition happens. कई बार हम लोगों ने अनुभव किया है कि तो 10 मिनट के स्नूज बटन के बाद की जो नींद होती है वो बहुत प्यारी होती है. कितनों को लगता है ऐसा? स्नूज बटन के बाद में जो नींद आती है ना, वो बहुत गहरी हो जाती है. अचानक से हम लोग वो स्नूज बटन प्रेस करते हैं, देन वी डोज ऑफ टू स्लीप, एंड देन कई बार हम एक घंटे बाद उठते हैं, 90 मिनट्स बाद उठते हैं, यूजुअली 60-90 मिनट्स के, 30-30 मिनट्स के मल्टीपल्स में वो टाइम, तो वी गेट अ ग्लिम्स ऑफ इट, राइट? एक पूरी अवस्था का हमको एक अनुभव आ जाता है, और पावर नैप जिसे हम, so it is said nature has never deprived any civilization of anything. आप चाहे महाभारत, रामायण, या किसी भी इजिप्शियन सिविलाइजेशन को हम लोग देखते हैं, या वेस्ट या अफ्रीका की सिविलाइजेशंस को देखते हैं, हेल्थ वाज एवरीवेयर. whatever things, for example प्लेन्स के बारे में, अगर एरोप्लेन के बारे में अगर हम लोग समझते हैं, तो there is a whole of a literature which is there on Viman Shastra, right? So if we go and take something good from the ancient age, that is what this new age can benefit. For example, अगर कोई कहे कि मैं ये इलेक्ट्रिसिटी यूज नहीं करूंगा, right, which is being generated by solar system या solar power system या hydroelectric power stations, so he might have the chance to discover something new, but at the same time it may take a lot of time to discover. What is best, we need to take care something from the past, use it today. It is said कि हम लोगों ने जो समय का जो चक्र होता है, we have went to the darkest age and then we have come back again. For example, being spiritual doctors, right? Since ancient time, spirituality and science, they have always been in hand. Scientists have always been spiritual, and scientists have always been spiritual, and spirituality is always backed by science. There's nothing wrong in it, right? They always go together. We ask to any of the scientists, he will always say कि हमें कुछ नहीं पता, or what we know is very small. Everything still to be known is very much. And we are very fortunate that we are able to take a turn from the darkest age to the moving towards the new age, right? For example, feticide, human feticide was so rampant in the past decade, right? The doctor community or the medical science, which is supposed to be a boom for everyone, knowingly or unknowingly, it fall prey to the trap of feticide. Recently, doctor community have passed a circular that no alcohol or beverages will be served at any of the events or social events which doctor community hosts. Means this is so strange, right? initially people used to look at doctors with a idealism, like what do they behave, how do they behave, what do they eat, what do they wear. This was all considered to be an idealism. The past decade or so, that was completely shattered. Now again, we are taking proudness in being called spiritual. When we all used to study in our college days, spirituality was and yoga was not considered to a very healthy thing. It was considered to be okay. It was a neglected faculty. But nowadays, again, we have come back to the same thing. We have started seeing body behind matter, beyond matter. We are not only body, but beyond that, the energy, the vibrations. This talk is of the new age and it has its background in the ancient. A decade back, the talk was always of the head. The head used to be the head to the front seat. Nowadays, we all talk in terms of heart, right? What do you feel like doing? What do you want to do? What is that which will make you happy? This is true for everything, right? From relationship to marriage, personal choice, everything has got its leading by the head. We have seen the age of antibiotics, and now we are moving towards the age of organic, herbal. This is the new trend, right? And where does it comes from? Comes from the ancient age, right? Ancient age, the same thing was there. Now we have taken it, right? The problem with this part is what we are talking in terms of vibrations, love. Sometimes it may feel a bit terrifying. For example, using all our joint was not considered so good, right? People were very closed in understanding how do the things work, right? This backbone for the theory or application is there in the ancient, right? So now value-based system has taken a front seat. The new education policy 2020 again points it towards the new system of education, which should be value-based. Okay? It is said there is only one place where there is no problem, which is under the ground, right? एक बार सब खत्म होने के बाद सारी प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो जाएगी, right? But we do not have to wait till this time, right? We can handle our problems right here in a very decent way once our understanding of health and dimensions of time is very clear, right? So time has many dimensions and it is not linear. This is first thing. If you want health, right? How many of you want health? Yeah, everyone wants health. And look, there is the time which we have chosen is 1111, right? This lady here is also pointing one, right? Everyone is saying one. Huh? Does that mean? What does that mean? It means there is only one way. That means there is only one way, right? There is only one way, and that is from P to C. P to C, B2B सुना है, B2C सुना है, but P2C क्या है? P2C is periphery to center. Just like time, it has a wheel, it is changing, right? How do we appreciate any change? We need a reference point to it. Only and only when we have a reference point, then only we can appreciate change. For example, Sandeep sir has a beard, right? And I do not have a beard, right? If I put on a beard, so you will need a reference point to see कि अच्छा संकेत you have put on a beard, right? अगर आपने दाढ़ी मूछ रखा है तो आपने कभी हमें देखना होगा बिना दाढ़ी मूछ के, तभी you can appreciate change, right? From first time visit, no one will say कि अरे तूने दाढ़ी रखा है. Because to appreciate a change, we need the referral point which is not change. And this we all have experienced. Moments when we are very happy and healthy, we have this tendency to feel a state of expansion. And when we are not happy, there is something within us which contracts. That something which expands and contracts is worth doing. And that is what we really are. That is energy field or whatever name you can call. So for knowing this, we first of all, everyone, if you can on it, where are your eyes? आंखें कहाँ है आपका? Where are your eyes? Yeah. Where is your nose? Yeah. Where is your ears? Yeah. Where is your mind? Mind is everywhere, right? Can we point out कि नहीं यार यही मेरा मन है, मेरा मन सिर्फ इतने इसमें है, या मेरा मन हार्ट में है? No, a mind is everywhere. Usually we think our body is bigger and our mind is smaller. Usually we think the mind is small and the body is big, but it is actually reverse. Our mind is bigger and our body is small. This is a fact, and you know this very well. For example, in our body, from base of spine to the head, we are going from 5 elements, gross to subtle. है ना? 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. So at the base of spine, the anal region, so it's an earth element, right? Become a little bit up, उसके थोड़ा ऊपर आते हैं. So the urinary system, the water element. Then in the stomach, the fire element. Then in the lungs, the air element. And beyond this is the space element, right? And इसके ऊपर और भी बहुत कुछ secrets है, right? Frequency, the vibration. So the more you go up, it has an impact on every part of your body. For example, without food we can stay for a day, but without air we cannot stay. Without food we can stay, but without air we cannot stay, right? In the same way, if the voluntary and the involuntary system of the body is put a stop, we cannot stay even for a minute, right? So as we go up with this 5 dimension, the quality of life and health can be achieved more easily. What is more easy? To get work done. आप किसी कंपनी के एक एम्प्लॉय से अपना काम जल्दी करा सकते हो या उस कंपनी के बॉस से काम जल्दी करा सकते हो? फर्स्ट और सेकंड? सेकंड, राइट? आप कंपनी के बॉस को अगर जानते हो, सो इट इज मोर इजियर फॉर यू टू डू द जॉब, राइट? टू गेट योर वर्क डन, राइट? In the same way, once we have a control or say or understanding about the fifth or sixth dimension, say breath, mind, complex, इसके बारे में, so it is very easy to get a say over our health, right? And you'll be surprised to know the word nerve, है ना? Nerve है ना? Nerve. It comes from the Sanskrit word nara, है ना? हम कोई भी पूजा अर्चना करते हैं, तो there is nar, ये शब्द हमेशा आता है. It is not male or female, it is for both, right? जो कोई नर ध्यावे या गावे. So nar is the basic word and nerve is the word from. So we as human beings are fortunate to have the most evolved nervous system. We are very fortunate. What makes us human is our nervous system. What makes a human is the nervous system. The more evolved or more utilizing thing which we do with the nervous system, the more easier it is to be healthy, right? And as you say, the health first comes in the subtle, then it manifests in the gross. The health or disease, the disease, it first comes at the level of thought and then it comes in the level of body. This is a fact, right? Once the thought process goes on a very negative side or on a very bad side, that has an impact on the nervous system, and the nervous system has an impact on the physical part. So it is like, if you have to reach to the, it is like saying if you have 100 rupees, that means you also have 50 rupees. If someone has 100 rupees, उसके पास में 50 रुपया भी है, right? In the same way, the mind process is damaged first, and then the disease manifests. This may sound a bit strange to begin with, but this is a fact. And we all being on this platform since so long, we have empowered ourselves with so much knowledge and information and experience, right? So earlier times, expression was not considered to be a good thing. We were forced not to express ourselves, but today everyone encourages us to express ourselves, right? We are talking in terms of feelings, right? So this is very important. Nowadays, patients or as a person, we have become very choosy in selecting, like, I feel like going to this doctor, I do not feel like going to this doctor. Feelings have taken a front seat. 10 साल 15 साल पहले अगर कोई बच्चा घर वालों को बोले मेरा फीलिंग नहीं है ये चीज करने के लिए, सो यू वुड हैव गेटन अ टाइट स्लैप और स्लैग कि नहीं फीलिंग से कुछ नहीं होता, यू हैव टू डू इट, राइट? You, even if you don't like it to begin with, you have to do. So in the same way, feelings have taken a front seat, right? And faith and feelings, they go together. You have to have feelings and faith to believe in something and make it work. Earlier times, we used to see everything as business. Now it has changed. The basic difference between business and love is very similar, very clear, right? First is, business is you give something and you take something more. जैसे 2 रुपए का केला है, हमने उसको 5 रुपए में दिया, तभी वो बिजनेस हुआ. You give something which is of less value and take more, then only the business will. But love, it is very different. Love is you give the best and expect the least. Who is loving you the most? हमको सबसे ज्यादा प्रेम कौन कर रहा है? Nature. Nature is supreme. And once we break the laws of nature, we fall sick. The dimension of nature and health is very different. आप किसी भी डॉक्टर, किसी भी साइंटिस्ट, किसी भी व्यक्ति से पूछो, one way to be healthy is to learn or be in align with the nature. This is what the theme line of this year health is, right? You rise with the sun, you sleep with the sun, and you follow the sun. This is the what everyone is saying. The biological clock, the circadian rhythm, is going to be the pioneer or the basis of us to be healthy. This is what the ancient people have done by putting rituals in our life. Rituals bring the juice in our life. Everyone 2 generations back was compulsorily doing some form of puja. कि भगवान को उठाना है. हर किसी के घर में ये हमने अनुभव किया ही है कि भाई नहीं भगवान को उठाना है, पूजा करनी है. कुछ 4-5 दिन अगर छुट्टी पे जाते हैं, so the ladies or grannies of the home, they used to get worried कि मेरे भगवान को कौन खाना खिलाएगा, कौन हिलाएगा, कौन उनका ख्याल रखेगा. Have you heard this? Yeah, सुना है कभी ना कभी ये? Yeah. So this was one way of keeping ourselves in align with the nature. भगवान तो हमेशा जगे हुई है ना, भगवान तो हमेशा जगे हुई है. It was a way to keep people motivated or inspired that you also be in sync with the nature. And let it be love and healing. A communication is needed and an exchange is needed. Then only it can happen. So to get healthy is individual task. That inner awakening is an individual research. We all can guide you, help you, but it's an individual research. For example, how much good does a mother feed a child? She will also have to eat something. How much good does the mother clean the baby's teeth? We ourselves need to brush our teeth. The same way, inner awakening or this search for health or wellness is a individual research where all the tools and techniques are available for us. And it needs to be done time to time, and it needs to be done on a priority basis. Now it's high time, and we all are here because we have given it a priority. That is why we need to understand that health and time are related. And what connects this both is a science of astrology also. है ना? Sometimes they say, अच्छा आपका ये इसका problem है, इसका problem है. This could be responsible for your illness. Basically, this was a way of putting blame on something else and making our mind free of it. अच्छा आपको ये जो नुकसान हुआ है या आपके साथ में ऐसा जो बिहेवियर किसी ने किया है, this is because of this planet. So you cannot do anything for that planet, right? And you put the blame on that planet. And the solution of any of this thing was service. तो ये दान करना है, आपको इसका ऐसा करना है. So to become aware of the bigger self or the nature which we are here for, right? So even if the time is there for us to be diseased, है ना, मान लो हमारे इसमें लिखा है कि भाई हम बीमार पड़ने वाले हैं, still we can overcome it, right? So there is a beautiful story in the Puranas. एक कपल थे, है ना, उनको एक ऑप्शन था कि आपको ऐसा बच्चा चाहिए, you want a child who could live for 100 years but he will be mentally challenged, or you want a child who is extremely brilliant and genius but his age will be only 16 years. So they had to choose one. So they chose that we will have a child who is, who his age would be. So as the boon was granted to them, and he was extremely genius. He has written scriptures in every topic whichever is available, right? And he revived knowledge. And as he grew old, जैसे जैसे उनका उम्र बढ़ता गया, 16 साल नजदीक आने लगा, माता पिता को तो चिंता होने लगी कि हम नहीं चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे का मृत्यु उससे पकड़ ले, right? So what did he do? He sat in meditation, and when the god of death came, he had no option but to grant him boon for a longevity of life. It is said that all these things, whatever is written, can affect only intellect, till the intellect, not beyond it. And once you go beyond intellect, the time and space, then only healing happens, right? So these all are represented on your 5 fingers. Achha, how many of you seen this posture? Many times this posture is shown, Gautam Buddha, Lord Mahavir. Everyone shows this posture, right? This or Chin Mudra, it is said, right? Chin Mudra, right? So this is a symbolic way of describing spirituality or health, swasthya rehna. Everything can be depicted from this part. Just a second. Okay, so there are 7 dimensions of asana. Yeah, body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, and self. And sharir, shwas, man, buddhi, chit, ahankar, and self. Right. So body and breath we are aware now. Body hai hamara. The breath is there, left and right, both nostrils. Yeah, and then this fingers. Right. The little one. Yeah, it represents the mind. the little one, it represents the. Then this is the ring finger, this is the ego. Yeah, sorry, this is your intellect, right? Then middle finger is ego, sorry, memory. Middle finger is तो मेमोरी थोड़ा ज्यादा होता है ना, जितना मन है, मन से बड़ा हमारा बुद्धि है। अगर आपका मन कहे कि रोज आइसक्रीम खाना है, लेकिन आपके बुद्धि को पता है कि ये नहीं करना चाहिए, राइट? अगर आपकी बुद्धि बड़ी है, so you will take a call and you will not eat it, right? Then memory is the biggest. You have impressions since long time, right? Since ages, since childhood. And then this index finger is the ego, right? And then when the ego bends down and touches the self, it meets with the self, that is meditation. And that is why it is represented this way. Self is untouched, na? The thumb, it represents self. It is untouched by the remaining stuff. So this is self. And this is a gesture to represent the chin mudra or the state of meditation or heightened consciousness. So not necessarily we should do this, but this is a way of represent. Like we find anything good, so we say this way. Chin mudra. Chin mudra has a secret. When your ego bends and it surrenders to the self, then you are good enough, right? This way it is done. Okay. And what is the biggest healer to it? You know, if you want to heal anything or get healthy, biggest healer is love. Nothing is possible without. And here we always talk about breath, right? So it is one thing to know about breath and know about love, but to feel and experience that love as an existence, not as a emotion. We need to meditate. There is no other option apart from meditation. Once we go beyond time and space, your healing will occur. If I ask you, what all do you want in your life? Honestly, keeping a palm on your heart, है ना, अपने दिल पे हाथ रख के अगर आप बताइए कि आपको क्या चाहिए, so it will boil down and come to only love. Even you have everything in your life, but no love. Would you like to live in such a place? No. No one would like to live in such, right? Still, every distortion of love is anger. We love perfection, so we get angry. We love something, that is why we get or jealous. We want something, when our questions are not answered, that is why we get angry. Love is the basis of every emotion which we suffer in a distorted form, right? For example, if I ask one of us, like Sandeep ji, if Sandeep ji, if we ask someone, kahan ja rahe ho? Like, where are you going? And if that person does not answer, okay? You ask second time, kahan ja rahe ho? Where are you going? Person does not answer. Then third, where are you going? Right? There is a shift when you have an unanswered question. That is anger. All the people who are angry, right? There are some unanswered questions in there. So fermented love is anger. Anger, fermented love. Then the love with its distortion is anger. So we all want a love which is pure and which is free from all this distortion. And we want healing to happen. So only knowledge can preserve. The knowledge of, not like I cannot live without you, you are my soulmate, tere bina mera kuch nahi hai. This gushy type, airy fairy type of love is no love, right? This is again a distortion of love or an expression of love. The knowledge of who I am or who you are. This knowledge, which comes with a good community, good wisdom, and experience, right? In meditation, that can preserve this love, an undying nature of love. And with that, healing can be passed, or health can be achieved. Is said, जब भी हम बीमार होते हैं, it is called अशौच, माने कुछ तो खराब हमने कर दिया है. It could be lot of negativity which we are keeping with us, or we are going for a gossip talk. You know, 1 hour of negativity can drain us for 8 hours. 8 घंटे तक हमारा पूरा nervous system खराब कर सकता. Only good knowledge can preserve. Love is not an emotion; it is very existent, right? It is said two atoms which are bonded, like atoms and molecules, they decide. A few of them came in together and they decided to become this pencil, right? So the thing which holds them is love, right? Someday if they decide कि भैया हमको नहीं रहना है साथ में, so we will disintegrate. The West has a tendency to over-express love. In the Western culture, it is being over-expressed always, right? In the Eastern countries, it is always under-expressed, right? We need to find a midway, express and not to express at a certain limit. To understand this with example, as we sow a seed, हम लोग जैसे बीज को बोते हैं ना, so if you put it very down, still it will not blossom. अगर उसको हमने बहुत ऊपर ऊपर भी रखा, फिर भी पेड़ नहीं आएगा. In the same way, who we are, how we are, feeling this expression, we need to keep it as a secret which is sacred. Sacred secret. Then only it will blossom, right? So dimensions of time and dimensions of health. So there is only one dimension which is spherical dimension. Right? चाहे समय का हो या स्वास्थ्य का हो, there is only one dimension. To attain health, we need to go beyond the dimension of time and space, which is done involuntarily in sleep and voluntarily in meditation. So once we attain this, body or consciousness which has made this body has the power to heal it also, has all the blueprint needed for it. Plus, additionally, we need some support of medicine, herbs that we can take time to tell. That is secondary. But aligning with the nature, keeping our circadian rhythm strong is one thing which is important, and keeping our breath and mind from distortion. Right? There is one technique which we can learn or do it in the bedtime. You know? Would you like to learn it? Yeah. I guess everyone will learn it. This is a very simple, doable, practical way of doing it. Only for those who have some experience or at least taken some breath course or something which they have done, they will find it doing more easy, right? Because once their dimension of understanding is beyond body and matter, that there is some subtle thing which exists, right? This is what we can do. Like you can hold a thumb with the other finger, right? This, and just keep it on your, just keep it on your navel region, right? Just rest it, and you'll feel the pulsations over there. At one point of time, it will be there that you'll feel the pulsation. Okay? Just keep it above the navel, with your shoulders and back relaxed. Feel some pulsation. Wait till that time. It is like bringing your awareness to your own body. Right? You can hold it till the time you feel the. It may take time for some. It may take maybe easier for some. So when it is said consciousness is everywhere and it has the potential to heal, you can balance it in this. Okay? Now, once you feel the pulsations on the thumb, then go to the index finger. Take hold and then hold the index finger. In your memory, you have the feeling of the pulsation which was there on the thumb. Now you can take it and now you feel the pulsations in the index finger. It may be less or more than the thumb. After a few couple of breaths, you will see that this too will get set. and taking your own time, you can move to the middle finger. Show some love and respect to your own body. They have been working tirelessly for us. Not to apply much pressure. बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर नहीं देंगे, प्रेशर का आपको समझ में आ जाएगा क्योंकि this is good, as if you are holding a baby. You know what pressure to apply.